Atari pull a Nintendo.
And Splatoon pulls a Pokemon.
This is Screenplay News.
There's a lot of people pulling other people.
You went there.
I've been around you too long.
Oh yeah.
It's Wednesday, the 19th of July. I'm Steph.
And I'm Nick, and here's what we've deemed newsworthy.
The announcement of the Atari Box console left many rather puzzled. Well, now we have pictures. Atari have stated that there will be 2 editions of the console, a straight-up black and red version, and of course one with that classic sexy wood grain. Still no news of specs or what kind of games they're planning to have it run, but the console will come with an SD card slot, HDMI output, and 4 USB slots. So while we don't know the specs still, they've said that looking at the ports, you can probably guess that they're going to be modern specs.
Modern spec, but I mean, it's got SD card, USB, and HDMI. HDMI was invented in like 2002.
Think of what you could do with all those USB slots.
You could, yeah. I mean, it's 4 more USB slots than the NES Classic had, so you could probably put more games in it, potentially. So, we're still figuring out what they're going to put on this. They've said it's going to be like the NES or NES Classic. They're going to be releasing classic games on it, but also they've said current content. But I think, again, it's like, what current content? I'm putting it like this because that's what they actually said, current content.
It's going to be like a kind of indie type Ouya situation where people can develop stuff for it?
It's the most Ouya situation I've ever heard since the Ouya. It's Ouya with wood.
I mean, it's very small, so there's no chance that it's going to be like pumping out amazing AAA.
It ain't got no guts. Yeah, I think it's got less guts than the Switch has. But, we're ragging on a little bit. I think we've said this before, I never played Atari.
That's true, neither
So
did I.
this is my chance to catch up on all those Atari classics, my Atari pile of shame.
I guess it all hangs on how much it's going to retail for, because...
$400. Yeah, totally. But if I am buying one, it's definitely the wood one.
Yeah, me too, I think.
Black, everything is black. I mean, they've added red, but like, why do you want another black
I just feel like
thing?
if you're getting an Atari, you're getting the sexy wood grain.
You're getting that wood grain, mate. You're getting that wood grain. Moving on, and Splatoon 2 is becoming a cartoon 2. It's fairly new as franchises go, but Splatoon is already one of Nintendo's most popular. Japanese magazine CoroCoro announced that the series will launch on the mag's YouTube channel and will be based on the Splatoon manga that they've been publishing each month. Biggest news here.
Yeah.
Magazine has a YouTube channel. What's up with that? What's going on there?
I think this is awesome. And the lesson here is that if you love something, you better hope the Japanese love it too, because when they rally behind something and really become like fans of it, then all sorts of cool things start happening.
It gets weird. It gets weird when they get their fingers into those animes. Great idea. Great idea.
Yeah.
You know, pushing Splatoon is the little engine that could. And now it could become an animated series.
Yeah.
Like, the characters are already basically cartoon characters anyway. Yeah. And you're appealing to, I mean, I guess...
They all seem to have quite cool, wacky personalities as well.
Yeah, I mean, there's the one with the ears, and then there's the rest of them. So, you know, crazy stuff going on. Now, I have not read the manga, but what I want to know, what is the world... Because what we've seen in Splatoon, right?
Yeah.
Is there's sort of like a Tokyo hub center, and then there's lots of fights with paint.
Yeah.
So, you know, how do you extrapolate that out? What is...
It's a dystopian future post-water world. Like, it took over and all of the sea creatures ruled.
Yep.
And then the water dissipated.
Yep.
And what was left were these kind of squid humans that are now warring factions for, you know, control over the remaining land.
I know that you are saying this like it's fact, and I must believe you because, as stated, I have not read the manga. But can I add a piece of lore to this?
Yeah, sure.
That when the waters came down, it reduced like a balsamic vinaigrette, and that all the coral that died, the colors were bleached out of the coral, and that's where all the paint came from.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, and so then for some reason, we put it all in guns and decided to just arm the children.
Well, I think, no, but the paint is like the ink from the squids.
Oh, so it's... In other news...
It was a really great idea. Splash Damage, the developers behind Brink, Enemy Territory, and some other bits and bobs, have announced that they're going to be developing games in the wargaming universe. Given that we already have a world of tanks, warships, and warplanes, and Splash Damage have mainly shooter experience, we could be seeing a world of war guns on the horizon.
Surprise! Superhot's PS4 release is on the PlayStation Store right now. Also available is Superhot VR. The game had previously only been on the Xbox One and PC, with the VR component being tied to the Oculus Rift and HTC Vive.
Telltale Games had coyly teased that they were working on a secret new project that would be announced at San Diego Comic-Con. But the film and labelling body of New Zealand recently posted a rating for a game called Batman: The Enemy Within, and the game's director is listed as Telltale's Kent Moodle. So I guess the bat's out of the bag, guys.
No, that's terrible!
Came up with that one myself.
On other screens, quick! Wipe away, wipe away! A while back, it was announced that The Room, a cult classic and unexpected hit film after being touted as possibly the worst film ever made, was being reborn in a kind of behind-the-scenes comedy. Behold, a teaser, starring the disgusting James Franco as Tommy Wiseau, aka Johnny, and his delightful brother Dave Franco as Greg Sestero. Oh, hi, Mark! Did I do that right?
Yeah.
Hi, Mark. The film follows the events detailed in Greg Sestero's tell-all book, The Disaster Artist. The film hit screens in December this year.
Well, that is it for today's news. Tomorrow night is our TV show, 10 PM on 7mate. You should watch it, because it's going to be awesome.
It's going to be awesome. 10 PM, 7mate. 10 PM, 7mate. How many more times do I have to say 10 PM, 7mate? Was that enough?
That's plenty, mate.
Excellent. And then from 3:30 PM on Friday, we'll be doing a live answer on our Facebook page. So start asking your questions here in the comments and we might answer some of them.
Thanks so much to everyone who came along to our Twitch stream yesterday to watch me scream and us run from people, and I shot a guy.
They're here. Yes! Me! It was a confronting afternoon. Give us another line, Rainey.
Me!
Oh God. You can follow Screenplay in all of these places. Details are in the description below.
I'm Steph.
I'm Nick.
And we'll see you every weekday for the rest of your lives.
But we will leave you with this rather spectacular reimagining of the Battlefield 1 trailer in MS Paint. Me!
Come on then! Get ready, man! Get down!
Why does Lucio like hockey?
Because Jeff Kaplan loves hockey.
Because hockey is the greatest sport on the planet.
The boss just pulling strings.